Welcome back, Middle Age Grind. It's been about a week since my last video, and I'm finally feeling 100% from my kidney stone ordeal. Had that, I guess, operation. I guess it was coming up on 2 weeks or 3 weeks this Friday, and yeah, there's a little healing process going on with that. I wasn't really aware of, I guess you'd say, and but now I'm finally 100%, and thank the good Lord and medicine and getting there. So I wanted to share this video with you today. I read 8 signs you're good at thinking outside of the box. This is another one of these articles from Small Business Bonfire. Eliza Hartley, I apologize, is the author. So if you want to read it, you can check it out. And I'm going to go over this and some of the things that I thought kind of stood out to me. Number one, you question the status quo. And I thought about this. This isn't doing what you're supposed to do kind of thing, but keep in mind when it comes to finance and just life in general, most people are probably doing it wrong. So kind of question that. If people throw out, oh man, I made so much money in this and oh, this meme stock and this crypto kind of thing, look into it a little bit. 9 out of 10 people lose money in crypto. That was a research statistic that I came up with. So sometimes question what everybody's doing kind of thing. Number two, you see possibilities where others see obstacles. This is just something that when I read that, I just think of when I see this, you can see the good in things or people sometimes when everybody kind of overlooks them. My thing is pretty much somebody has something to offer, whether it's experience, advice, maybe some stuff not to do, That's how I kind of look at that. Number three, you're comfortable with uncertainty. I would say most people are not comfortable with uncertainty. I know that's something that I struggle with. I like boring. I like ho-hum. But sometimes when you do take chances on things, you have to be a little bit question of uncertainty. Number four, you're not afraid of failure. As I grow older, I've gotten a lot better with this. As a young child coming up, a young adult, a young parent, and I'm going to be 43 in May, I've always had this fear of not living up to who I need to be. And looking back on that, and as I grow wise and have wisdom, that's overblown, I think, a lot of times. And life is just trial and error and just getting through and pushing through. Don't be afraid of failure, guys. Number five, and this one was, I thought, a really valid point. You have a strong sense of empathy, okay? And let's talk about empathy and sympathy. Sympathy is just feeling sorry for people, which is a good quality. The world constantly has been tragedies. There was the 2 awful plane crashes this week in Washington, D.C. and Philadelphia, and people tragically lost their lives. That's sympathizing. And I do, and I say my prayers for the families and the victims. I mean, what an awful thing. Empathy is something a little bit different. Empathy means that not only you sympathize, but you can relate because you went through a situation, okay? You actually went through it. And this could be a lot of different things. It could be losing a loved one, someone close to you, and someone else going through that and helping someone through that. It could be situations that are financial, tough times. You can empathize with that. And being there for somebody who is going through something, sometimes, I've said this before in a video, not giving them advice and trying to tell them what to do, but really just kind of being there for them is the most important thing you can do, in my opinion. Number 6, struggle with this one too. You embrace change. I think as humans, it's human nature, we don't embrace change. But guess what's happened constantly in our lives? Change every day, all the time. So learning to live with that, learning to live with things are being different. Our kids are getting older, stuff's going around us. Accepting that and dealing with it and how you react to those things, I think, is the most important thing of all. Number 7, and I've always been this type of person. This is something that I have. You're inherently curious. You try to seek out information on things when you hear things. With these phones at our fingertips now, you can Google anything. When was this person born? Where were they from? What does my last name mean? I sent my daughter that. I found that out about, I don't know, almost 20 years ago. I always thought my last name was French, and it's not. It's Swiss. A guy with my last name, and you take the N off and you invert the I and the A, Chiasso, Switzerland. A guy came down to America in the 1600s. And, I was always been curious about that kind of stuff, where people come from, that kind of thing. But that's something good. You're thinking outside the box. And the last one, you're not bound by traditional solutions. And Albert Einstein had a quote, and I thought this was very, very indicative of some of the problems we're facing today in the world. I don't know when he said it, but he passed away in the 1950s. And he said, Albert Einstein said, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we use to create them. I have to think outside the box sometimes, guys. Overcome different things. Very hard to do. And we need to try to come up with creative things to solve problems, creative solutions. And I just thought this was a good article. I'd like to share it with you today, trying to get back on my schedule, pumping out a couple videos a week, and appreciate the people who reached out to me. Finally doing better, and feeling pretty good on this beautiful Saturday morning here in South Louisiana. It was a week and a half ago, blizzard conditions, 8 inches of snow, low of 12 degrees, and this week, lo and behold, 75 degrees. Now this morning, it's probably about 55, but it's still pretty nice out here in Covington, Louisiana. But hope everybody has a great weekend. I'm going to continue to be on the up and up and getting better. I'll share my next video with you, trying to eliminate sugar from my diet. And I've been doing research on that and started already. And I think it's going pretty well. And we'll see where that goes. If that can help you, love to help you out here on the Middle Age Grind. And I'll see you next time.